Ooh, damn. Alright, headed out for 19. Polishing off a 53-mile week. It's cold. It's like 26 degrees or so. Hopefully, it should warm up. High 30s by the end of the run. Let's go. Oh, that says it's 24 degrees. Alright, had to do that. Just about 4 miles in. Okay, it hurts a little bit. Not gonna lie, I stopped to pee and I was dumb. And I just tried to jump like a guardrail, basically. It was like maybe 2.5 feet high. It's just stupid. Caught my foot, fell into the pavement, hit my hip, my elbow, and my left wrist really caught it. But like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just kind of talking myself down. I was like, just get running again. Like, I looked at my wrist. It's definitely gonna be swollen. Maybe I sprained my wrist. I don't really know, but I can hold the camera right now. Could honestly just be in shock. I didn't hear anything like pop or anything. Like, I've broken bones before. I don't know. I don't think I'm that breakable. Just stupid. Literally just so stupid. That's like never happened. I don't know. Like, honestly, I just didn't have the pop that I thought I would. So I'm just gonna go like 1 mile at a time right now, and felt amazing until then. Now I just feel stupid. So I don't know. I'm gonna keep running. I mean, my wrist is like, it hurts, but like, you don't really need that other than to hold the camera every now and again. So I kind of feel like we're just gonna keep on going. My arm hurts holding the camera now, so I'm gonna put it down. Yeah, I'm sure I'll have updates, and I will be icing the crap out of my body after this. Ooh, okay, I can do that. Oh shit. Oh. Even that looks like it took a hit. Alright, we just stopped at just past 12 miles. Just feeling like the heat. I think after a couple miles, car locked again. But I don't know. Basically every time after falling, my hip hit. That feels okay. Elbow hit. That's definitely going to be bruised. But my wrist is definitely what I landed on, and the outside, just like from the base of my pinky down to my wrist, just every time I'm pumping upwards with it and reaching with my right foot, it's just that little impact or that little pressure just sends like a little bit of a sting. And I kind of just figured keep trying, but after just thinking of doing so many more steps, it just was going to keep hurting. So I, finished at 12, maybe get some images or have someone look at it, and yeah, I don't know. Probably just demobilize it, stabilize it for like a week or two, and see what the deal is. So I'm going to go figure it out. I feel like I gave it a good go. Got another 8 miles in past the fall, so I don't know, you can't say I didn't try. Just hurts, man. So I don't know. We'll see. Still a decent week. Obviously, we'll wrap this up one way or the other. A little bit of protein, G1M. I got a brace, but I got an appointment in an hour. I'm gonna find out what's wrong. The main thing is, how am I doing? Not amazing. So let's talk about it. In the run, as you saw, well, you didn't actually see the fall, but I went down at about mile 4. How it went down was basically, I really had to pee. Basically where I parked in the park, there are a couple porta johns. So that's like kind of my plan is always to just be like, okay, every 6 miles, I'll be back at the car. So, when nature calls and it gets to the point of being slightly uncomfortable, you just kind of listen. There's a good little patch of like basically trees and stuff. Yeah, this is way too much detail about me going to pee. Basically, I went off to pee. I don't need to justify that anymore. I was coming back towards the road and there was kind of a metal rope guardrail kind of thing that was separating the road itself, like the shoulder and the road, and where I was coming from, which was kind of a uphill grass section. Tried to jump over it like I've done, thousands of times in my life before. The grass with the ground underneath wasn't quite frozen as I thought it kind of was. And my foot kind of gave a little bit into the dirt. Didn't get quite the lift off. My front foot caught on the rail. So my front right foot caught on the top of the rail. And it just kind of leveled me out. And I went straight down onto the pavement, elbow, a little bit of shoulder, more muscular, elbow like superficial and bruised. Hip is a little bit similar. It's cut up. It's a little bit bruised. Not too bad. But I definitely tried to save myself with my left hand, like kind of brace myself against the pavement. Definitely took a big impact there. You saw me talk to myself afterwards. Like I felt so stupid. It's something I've done so many times. So I kind of beat myself up about it. I popped right up immediately, and really was just kind of like cooking on adrenaline, and kind of like the shock of things. So I just kind of popped up and was like, just walk. And then I started jogging again. And then I kept kind of like just like squeezing my hand and checking in with my hip and being like, okay, like, am I actually hurt, or is this just like shock? And as things kind of went on, the elbow pain kind of went away. The hip wasn't hurting too much, but the hand pain definitely just kept persisting. And I just I couldn't see, it kind of just sank into my head that there could be a real injury, a bone injury, going on here, and continuing to try to just get this 19 miler done probably isn't the smartest thing to do. That being said, I did still give it a good go, and we did 12 miles. But I completed another lap, got back to the car, and you saw that's when I was like, hey, that's kind of it for me. Something doesn't feel right. So I honestly immediately called a local convenient care is what they're called. It's not quite an urgent care, but it's not obviously the ER. They got me in within an hour. I went straight to a Walgreens. I picked up a protein shake and and this brace, because I was like, all right, I'm going to go sit in a waiting room for an hour. I've already run 12 miles. I need some protein. So I literally pounded the protein shake. I drank about a scoop of G1M Sport, which is electrolyte, mainly with some carbohydrates in it. So I got the goods into my body before I knew I'd be waiting around for a while. Called the fam, called the fiance, let everybody know what was going on, just to get everyone in the loop. Went in, immediately it was kind of like, let's get some x-rays. They were really good about it. Told them what happened, got some pictures. They did some feeling around in my hand, and they're kind of just like, we don't have the radiologist who's technically going to read the images, but overall it doesn't seem like anything's broken. So I was like, okay, that's good for now. I'll go home and, rest, get a shower, clean myself up. Fast forward, got a phone call about 3-4 hours later. It was the same doctor I talked to, but they were kind of like
a little bit going back on what they told me. Not so much going back on it, but just a little bit more hesitant this time. The radiologist did an official kind of look at things, and basically there was 2 possible fractures in my arm/wrist. One spot was on the radius, which is a longer bone kind of in your forearm, and then scapoid. I could be saying that totally wrong, but it's kind of a little pebble kind of bone that goes along. It's like part of your wrist, more at the base of your thumb. And apparently those 2 bones both had lines in them that appear to either be a fracture, or it's totally possible that they are just things from imaging. I guess X-ray is only, so good. It's 2024. So yeah, that was a little bit of like, oh snap, like that kind of stinks. But it did justify the fact that my hand hurt and still is in a fair amount of pain, 2 days later now. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist. So where do I go from here? First things first, I checked in with my primary doctor, and I'm going to get new imaging in just about a week from now. That's going to be just over 10 days since the incident. And one thing that I know we'll be looking for is any type of callus or buildup on those spots that we're seeing in the first images. That would be a sign of healing, aka the bone was actually fractured. And that is going to be basically, okay, we're set back to no running for probably about 6 weeks from the incident. We'll be about 10 weeks out from there. So about 4.5 weeks from that point on, no running. If everything looks good and they don't even see the same lines as they saw in the first reading, we are going to probably just move forward with, I sprained my wrist pretty darn bad, but we're going to run with the brace on. And that's kind of, I want to have that conversation with my doctor, in that as long as there's no actual bone fractures and it's just kind of a bad sprain, like I can hopefully just run to feel. Because that's ultimately the thing here. I don't want to lose any more fitness. I don't want to lose any of the fitness I've built up, because I'm honestly really on a roll, and probably this is why I'm so mad at myself for this. Because I was feeling good, easily would have done 19, easily would have hit a 53-mile week, and would have continued building on probably the best base building I've ever had in terms of mileage. My goal is patience. My goal is to build up the best base I've ever had. And I feel like this was just a silly thing that I have yet again pushed back my timeline. So basically, I'll keep you updated. I'll make a video basically with the actual game plan once I have more information. So yeah, obviously, I'm not stoked. It's okay. I'm icing a ton. I did some 5-minute abs literally just now with Emily, because she's always doing actual core work and I'm a bit of a baby on that. So I've been jumping in and doing that with her. And obviously, if we end up with a fractured wrist, we'll be doing a lot more core work, and maybe that's more of the journey I'll be sharing with you all. So yeah, that's the update. Certainly a week that, hopefully I can look back on and shrug it off. Because it was only a little bit of a setback, and I just get to push on forward into the future. More miles, please. That's it. That's my update. Hopefully everyone's doing better than me out there in terms of health. Stay safe. Don't just step over the guardrails. I know I will never jump over a guardrail again, probably. Enjoy your runs, and I will see you in the next video.